Hey, you're back. Nice to see you again. Now let's talk about the Snapgrid. The grid on the work plane is separated into 1mm squares. Let's start by bringing over this box. When you click and drag an object, it will automatically align with the 1mm squares unless you change it. In other words, and let me zoom in here so you can see what I'm talking about. If I move this box, it snaps to the 1mm squares, and it doesn't stop in between the squares. It stops every 1mm. That's what it means by snapping to the grid. And now it defaults to 1mm, but you can change that. To change the snap grid, you click on this list box here, and I can change. There's different settings here. I can change it to say 0.5 millimeters or 0.5. So if I change it to 0.5, let me zoom in a little bit closer. Now when I move it, you notice instead of moving in 1mm increments, it's moving in 0.5 millimeter increments. So it lets you fine-tune it a little bit better. Now, I can even get more fine-tuned than that. I can actually turn that snap grid off. If I click down here to go to off, now I can line it up precisely, and it does it by 1/100ths of a millimeter. And now I can click here, or I can type where I want to move it there, just like I can resize it. And I can, if I click here and resize it, I can resize it to a very small amount. So let's say I wanted a 20.03. See, it moved just a little bit. If you could see it, you can resize it to pretty much any size that you want, and when you move it around, you're not locked into that 1mm snap grid. And that's it for the snap grid. Just know that when you're moving your objects, then you have those choices.